So once again, good afternoon to you, Oliver, and
Ano na,
welcome to your class in CPT 3, Fundamentals of Crop Science. So as I have just said, we are done. Last time, we're done with the Unit 3, which is, these are the factors affecting growth, no? So I have a video here for you to watch. So this is about the site characterization up to the different factors that affect plants growth. So we are now on unit 4, which are production practices, and we will start with land preparation. So so I'll just have an attendance. Sorry. Okay, so going back to the topics that we're going to discuss now, which is about land preparation. So when we talk about of land preparation, what comes in your mind, Oliver?
preparation, ma'am.
Yes.
Wait lang, ma'am. For me, ma'am, land preparation, before ka mag-start sa imong sa pagplano sa imong farm, ma'am, kailangan mo mag-practice muna sa land preparation. Siyempre tumingin ka muna sa 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 lupa na yung tingnan kung maayos ba ito, kung recommend ba talaga yung tanim na itatanim mo doon, kung nababagay ba doon ang yung itatanim na crops.
Yes, very good. So if not, then you're going to do the different preparation or practices we call tillage practices. So, so as you have said, so January is here. So as you have said, it would be a combination of tillage practices that that places the soil in best physical condition for plant establishment and crop growth. So if you know or you have, hi January. So we are talking about land preparation here. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Si January connecting pa. So this includes like plowing, weeding, and so on. So why do we really have to do that? But anyway, in your screen, you can see the different, the two explanation or the definition of land preparation. And this covers a range of soil disturbances from zero tillage, which minimizes soil disturbance, through a totally puddled soil, which actually destroys soil structure. So um, we say they call it soil disturbance because you are actually disturbing the soil, not only the soil structure, the form and the chemistry, because as you all know that there are a lot of living organisms in the soil, so you are actually disturbing the whole, not only the whole structure, so and also the ecological living things there. So the zero tillage is actually zero, so wala siyang tillage practice. So anyway, as we go on, we will know the different tillage operations. And before you plant, of course, as you have said, Oliver, transplanting or seeding, you have to prepare the land first. And land preparation, this is what you're saying. You have to identify first its applicability, whether it's good for field crops, vegetables, fruits, and ornamentals. So so each has own criteria, and one of this is if it's field grown, this is good for field crops, and if it's also, you must prepare a seed bed for field crops, for vegetables, not for fruits, but for ornamental, yes. And if you're going to apply that into pots or container, so it's not all applicable, but for field grown, land preparation is very important. So why do we, as I have asked a while ago, why do we have to prepare the land, no? And these are the aims or the advantages of land preparation. So I'll just have another attendance before we proceed. So first is to loosen the soil to facilitate penetration of plant roots. So this is the very main aim actually. Why do we need to till the land, or why do we need to plow the land or weed it out, and then till it with using a bolo? So, and also aside from to help the plant roots, no, to penetrate into the soil, since all of the nutrients are extracted in the soil by the roots with the help of water. So it's also improved aeration, no, with nitrogen and oxygen. So it's not only animals that breathe, but also plants. So they need also air for, and you all know that oxygen and nitrogen are very important for plant processes. And also it increases infiltration of water, and you should know that water is very important in the distribution and or in the absorption of nutrients from the soil. So without water, all the nutrients that are needed by plants are not absorbed by the plants. And it also reduces evaporation. So if you have a well-tilled soil, it will prevent evaporation of water from the above ground, no? And that is just to, because once or that will cause wilting, no? If too much evaporation undergo, so wilting can develop. So with a well-tilled land, evaporation is reduced because of the continuous flow of water. And it also destroy or control weeds and soil pests at the same time. So the pests that are in the soil can easily be destroyed if you till the soil, and also destroy the weeds that um um that compete the crops growth, no, for nutrients, and incorporate crop residues and manures into the soil. So if there are dead organic matter or manures into the soil, with tillage operation, it can be mixed throughout already. So there's a lot of aims in land preparation. No? That's why we always till the land before planting. So some more are to prepare the site for seeds and seedlings, and repair soil compaction caused by previous activities. Like for example, it has been barren or left out for a while, so there might be tendency that the soil is very really hard. So it would sorry, it would difficult for the roots of plants to penetrate therefore, and decrease bed or clad size. So this is for the soil structure. So if there is more finer texture of the of the soils, then it would be easier also for the plant roots to develop and absorb nutrients. And next is to reduce wind and water erosion by leaving a rough surface. So um, if there's a rain or if there's strong wind, and tillage operation can also reduce erosion, no? Because of the surface, the corrugated surface when you plow the soil. And would
Mm.
you believe it also helps stimulate microbial activity, which is very contrasting kasi when you once you till the soil, you also disturb the microbial, no, the microorganisms living in the soil. But how come tillage operation can stimulate microbial activity? So since you are disturbing them at the same time, most of them die maybe, but most of them will also activate. So in that way, you can either stimulate them or activate them or disturb them. So
Ma'am,
the
unsa
quest
ang feed?
what what was that?
Unsa tong feed? Feed ma'am, patong decrease speed or clad size unsa na ma'am?
Um, it's the structure of the soil. So
Ah,
I have here on our previous explanation before here. Just wait for a while. Just to show you, huh? Although maybe you haven't checked yet the video last time, but it's in here. You can find here the different soil structure because yeah, here. These are the different soil structure. So when you say the 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 ped or the ped size, peg ba yun? Peg or size
pet.
of this,
Ah,
yeah. So this could be the different soil structure that can be improved through tillage or application of organic matter. So we have the platy. This is the size, the crumb or granular size, and the blocky size, and also the prismatic or the columnar. So among this, the best for growth of plant is the crumb or granular. And
okay.
if the soil happens to be platy or prismatic or columnar, so if with tillage operation, then you decrease the the peg size and make it granular or crumb size. So
Mm.
please watch again this video so you will understand the different factors that affect the growth of plants, no, or site characterization. So
Okay ma'am.
okay na. So going
Yes
back
ma'am.
to the land preparation. So what is the appropriate tillage system or pattern and equipment for your field? So it usually differ, no, if your field is dry or level already or wet. If it this is for rice field, no. So this also depends whether if for a wet tillage, whether you use manual or animal or mechanical. And for a dry tillage, it's also differ with when you use manual, animal, or mechanical. No. So there are land preparation types in a wetland or lowland, which is mostly for rice, and there are also dryland or upland for rice and most crops. So this involves plowing, harrowing, rotovation, and leveling. These are the terms we use for both wet and dry preparation and solely dry preparation. So what are these wetland or lowland preparation? First, water is absorbed until soil is saturated. So kailangan, so wetland, of course, most of our rice fields are irrigated through rain fed, no? Magsalig lang ta sa ulan. And then if there are enough water, because in a wetland you cannot naaba mo kuan kanang
Basakan.
humayan. Yes, basakan.
Basakan.
Yes, naamoy
Wala ma'am.
basak. Wala. So
Wala.
anyway, if you have noticed, so you can watch videos actually, and I can show you video afterwards. And
Okay ma'am.
for plowing, um it's usually done 1 to 2 times using animal drawn or meron ding ano no mechanical, meron ding manual, no. So this will initially break and turn over soil and weeds. We call it primary tillage. And yung harrowing or rotovation na is the secondary tillage, in which soil clods are broken down and paddled. So paddling is destroying the macropores and the micropores and maintaining the plowpan form. Plowpan is the one that's like the clay, yung clay na level na ng basakan, no? And
Okay, ma'am.
rotovation or harrowing is also done 2 times, no? Then after that, the last phase for a wetland lowland preparation is leveling. So you need to level it 1 time, final preparation, and this is synchronized with basal fertilizer application also. And all steps done under water or water submerged condition, wet condition. So its variation only in lowland preparation is that the land preparation is for transplanting or seeding, no? Kasi meron ding rice na upland siya. So for lowland preparation, so this is usually done, no? We can we can have the direct wet seeded or pwede ring transplanted siya and then soil paddled. So there are 3 combinations of land preparation, and the
Wait,
third is directly seeded and
seeded.
where the soil is not paddled, no? So this is just between the transplanted or direct wet seeded and the direct seeded. So hindi siya wala ng paddling actually. If you know, anyway, I have a video to show you later. So another variation in the lowland preparation for dry crop establishment is that low ang water requirement during land preparation. Soil structure is not disturbed. Weed control must done at early crop stage. And percolation meaning the direction of water, the downward direction of water, no, into the soil.
Seeds.
Or seepage is just the sideward direction of water. Are high, both high during crop growth. So another one for dry land and upland preparation, ganun pa din ano, may plowing 2 times, harrowing and
2 times.
rotation 2 to 3 times, and
To
then
3 times.
leveling. Then leveling. So it's the first tillage operation and the second tillage. It's just that the soil is just dry, no, until field capacity. So for dryland or upland, like for rice, the number of plowing and harrowing depend on the soil type or texture. So whether it's clay type or do you know the different soil types already, John Ray? The types of soil based on texture.
Uh,
Have you
may
heard?
clay
Yeah.
type, then may loam type,
Yes. What else?
um, sun type, ma'am.
Yeah, the sand, clay, loam. So those are the different types of soil. So, and another one is the weed density, the number of passing affected by weed biomass, the water availability also, and the moisture content. If it's too dry, then the clods or breaking is hard compared to wet, where it's more compact. And at field capacity, soil slide from moldboard already. So moldboard yung ginagamit natin, the term we use for plowing. So then the number of plowing and harrowing also. So kanina meron yung 2 times, 1 time ang plowing, then twice ang harrowing. So it will actually depend on the type of crops to be grown. Depende sa seed size, the rooting ability, and root zone, and the level of resources available, and also what kung tapulan imong farmer, no, farmer's preference. Depende na sa, it's not really based on farmer's experience. And for a very well prepared upland fields, it should be, these are the criteria if it's well prepared. So it should be granular and mellow, yet compact enough for the seeds, and free from trash, undecomposed plant residues, and vegetation. And field is also level or minimum or no depression. So ganyan no, ka-perfect for the growth of plant. So granular siya, enough for the seed growth, at wala siyang mga undecomposed na plant residues or any plastic. Otherwise, para siyang basurahan tingnan. And it can also burn your plants when it's still partially decomposed. And also no depression kasi pag umulan yan and when you irrigate them, the depression will be filled with water, so parang may baha siya, then that could be um already an avenue for the growth of microorganisms which can be destructive to plants. So what are the benefits derived from land preparation? So as I've mentioned earlier, the aims of land preparation, unang-una weed control. And then, it will increase soil porosity and aeration, yung kaniyang granularity. The mixing of soil will also bring up leach deposit, no? Like leach na mga nutrients or minerals, so it will become available to plants. And it will give soil fine tilth or fine texture, which will increase absorption of nutrients and the fertilizer incorporated into the soil. So these are all good for germination, seedling emergence, and stand establishment. So these are just to show you the difference in terms of physical changes of the wetland versus dryland preparation. So for a wetland, so mostly in terms of physical condition, what wetland are flooded, no, and soaked with water. Of course, dryland has no water. It has a little moisture, but not really flooded. And paddling can be done in a wetland, while not in dryland. Macropores are lost and only micropores. But here, in the dryland, both the macropores and micropores are maintained. And wetland usually have plow pan, but in dryland, the water drains easily down below, no? Except when plow pan is developed. Yung para siyang sa, like, kumutunog kag ko ano ka ng basakan, natunog na magbasakan.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So, it's very important as an agriculturist that you have try really to play jud na nakadula na magbasakan, no? Or nakatanom na jud mo og humay before?
Yes, ma'am. Sa eskwelahan.
You mean sa RMC?
No, ma'am. Sa science, Mount Apo.
Dito banda. So, anyway, it's one of the most challenging activities, no, in planting actually. So, and also for a wetland, when dried, I forgot to explain. So, plow pan ka nang mutunog gani mo ka nang humayan, tapos dili na ka malubong kasi muna na siya ang clay level sa soil na parang ninggahi na gyud and dili na makapenetrate ang tubig downward. So that's what we call plow pan. Like tagatuhod ra ang basakan kay naa man siya plow pan na forms below. So,
Yes, ma'am.
And lastly is when dried puddled soil become denser, hard, and structureless, tillage without submergence is very difficult. But in a dry land, tillage is easily, especially at field capacity. So for aside from physical, there are also chemical changes, no? And this involves oxidized layer and a reduced zone, anaerobic root zone, For wetland, anaerobic root zone siya. So, kasi basa siya and you should know that when the soil is flooded with water, then there is scarcity of oxygen. But in a dry land, it's pure, more or less aerated. And another one is the presence of anaerobic or both aerobic microorganisms, while dry land only have aerobic organisms. And another one is the reduced zone, redox potential is decreased, while redox potential in a dry land is high and positive. The pH is also increased in acid soils and reduced in pH in alkaline soils. But in a dry land, usually the pH is stable. If acidic siya, acidic talaga. And increase in availability of nitrogen, although mineralization is low under anaerobic, while mineralization is high, like some nitrogen immobilized by microorganism at initial phase in the dry land. And also in the wetland, available ang potassium, phosphorus, silicon, and molybdenum increase, while less available ang phosphorus, potassium, and silicon and molybdenum in the dry land. And water-soluble concentration in zinc and copper is also reduced, but in dry land is not affected. And lastly, generation of carbon dioxide, CH4 or methane, and nitrous nitrite or N2O, and sulfuric and toxic reduction products or organic acid, while less lang ang gases and organic acids in a dry land. So there are different types of tillage operation, no? As mentioned, between wetland and dry land. So we have primary, secondary, and seedbed and intertillage. So for the primary tillage, it's the most aggressive tillage operation and it's done by plowing. And it's undertaken when the soil is wet enough to allow the field to be plowed and strong enough to give reasonable levels of traction. That's why you still need like, even in the upland, no? Because it's, but for the wetland, you need really flooded soil. But in the upland, you have to wait for a rainfall to happen, and after that, after 1 to 2 days, then it would be ready for plowing. After the crop harvest, it's after crop harvest or even beginning of the next wet season during planting. And this includes plowing operation, which opens compacted soil and with the help of different plows. So these are the different mechanical, manual, or animal plowing. No? So this is mechanical, this two. While this is animal, and the last one, can you identify this one? Yeah, this is actually manual. So I have found this actually when I had my postdoc visit in Spain. So this is very unique because we don't have like this one here in the Philippines. Although we have, but it's maybe different styles. So as you can see, you can ride this like a bicycle, but a person just drive this one, no, to plow. So nakakita na bunga ang tao syempre usually with animal drone, usually kuan man tano karabaw jud atong ginagamit. Although ang animal ang nag-drive ana, pero kung walay animal, nakakita na ba mo nga ang tao jud ang nag-drive?
Naa ma'am sa una po noon.
Ang say gamit?
Daro ma'am niya ang tao may kanang drive sa kwan ba? Sa Yugo.
Unsa na siya? Yugo?
Yes ma'am.
Unsa nang Yugo?
Bali brag handle man siya sa kwan ma'am para Dito maguyod ba?
Okay, anyway. So na ay mo na siya manual na to dere. Mura pug kaning inaani moldboard. So ang tawag ani is moldboard plow.
Bird plow.
Yes. So this is the
Like
manual
mo to sa
plow.
board man to.
And harrow, traditionally used in Lugo, Spain. No. So the objectives of the primary or the first tillage is to just open the hard soil, separate the topsoil from the lower layers, and to invert the soil whenever necessary, and till the soil to attain a reasonable depth of about 10 to 15 centimeter with varying plant sizes, to kill weeds or bury or cutting and exposing the roots for soil erosion and water accumulation, and just to chop and incorporate crop residues. So these are the primary tillage. And these are the primary tillage implements. No, we have the moldboard plow, this one, the one-way disc plow, the tine disc plow, and this is the offset disc plow. So each type of plows have different uses, no? For the moldboard plows, ito yung photo after effect after result ng moldboard plow. This just to invert the soil sod and relies on digging point for penetration, this one. And throws the soil in one direction only, which can cause least damage to soil structure, and this works well in a very hard soil condition, but no built stump or obstacle protection. So this one-way disc used with four-wheel tractor, and this causes total inversion of the soil sod and relies on the plow's inbuilt weight for penetration, and it will throw the soil in one direction also, and works well in hard soil and heavy trash condition, and can ride over stumps or obstacle in the soil. So whether how much obstacles the or hard the soil is, so power requirement is less than a moldboard. So mas powerful siya. So since we're running out of time, so I will just stop on the primary tillage operation, and then we will go back again. Pag once na mag-end na ang call, we will go back again for another for just the video presentation that I am telling you, and after that then we were done with the topic. So
Okay,
another one is the offset disc four-wheel tractor, which is capable of operating offset from the tractor, throws the soil in different direction, not in one direction, and very versatile and can be operated in any plowing pattern. And this has been widely used sa upland. And lastly, the tine plow, the most versatile used in secondary tillage, modified to be used as seed drill. So my seed driller dyan, no? And this is good for dry working situation and cut the soil rather than invert the soil. Also kill weeds by cutting and lifting the weeds to the surface. And it has low power requirements. So for I'll just show you the next topics, no, before we proceed with the video. So actually, it's more on the secondary and the different processes na for primary for secondary tillage operation. So what is secondary tillage is the after the primary tillage operations. So we'll be back on that. I will show you the a video on land preparation. Wait lang, dili ko sure. So we will start with this machine transplantation of paddy soil. Madungog ba ninyo?
Wait naman, naghinay man. Okay naman, dungog man.
So that's for transplanting of rice using machine, no? So that's in India. So before we do the rice planting in the Philippines, I wanna show you here and how to establish the mat nursery.